Hi, Whitney here with Iridium while Kaylee's working. I'm sorry. I thought I'd take this opportunity to pop in with a couple of do's and don'ts on your resumes. These are things that I see all the time that drive me bananas and are probably the bane of a lot of people's existence.
Yeah, I wanna give some too.
Oh, hi, Kaylee. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. I'd love to contribute.
Great. So we're doing do's and don'ts. Okay, let's first pick a template for your resume that makes sense for the job you're going after and the industry you're in. I always try to tell people choose a basic template, one that is just words. Anything that looks really cool and jazzy and fancy, all of those are great if you're applying for marketing and graphic design jobs and all of that. For most technical professionals, which is largely who we work with, not a great idea. Couple of things. All of those graphics and fancy fonts and, icons and all of that.
Yeah.
Most companies use applicant tracking systems. So their HR departments might be getting your resume and your name is coming in as, coolIcon.jpg instead of your actual name because of the way that your resume comes across when it's saved. Okay? Other thing, send your resume as a PDF. Do not send your resume as a Word document. That means people can change it. That means there's just no reason. So
also making sure that it is in a usable format, not just Word. If they ask for it in Word, great. Yeah. Don't, what's the other, the Gmail ones? And we've seen so many different formats.
Like pages, pages. And text files. No, don't do that. Just use Word.
Take the extra effort on your end to make sure that it's a PDF version. So everybody's on the same page.
And even if you don't have Microsoft Word and you're using an open source platform to do your resume, that's totally fine. Most of them have an export function, or you can go online and just Google convert, like a free converter.
Which also helps if it's not a visual, designed heavy thing. That conversion could be brutal.
Totally. So putting the emphasis on the right syllable, as I like to say, when you are going through and you're trying to highlight company names versus titles, keep it simple. Company names in bold, titles in italics, one or two variations so that people understand what delineations you're making, and then keep that going through the whole resume. Typically, my rule of thumb is don't differentiate different things with font colors or different fonts. Same font, just bold and italics, and same color across the board.
Boring.
I know.
So boring.
I know.
It's kind of like an outline. It's like how I think about it. So if you can have the outline structure with the visualization of bold, italic, basic font sizing, that type of thing, be the differentiator so that you understand the flow in the resume like a traditional outline. That's the best way to kind of communicate with the end user, which is hopefully your future employer and hiring manager.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Length, we've already talked about. You can check that out in our other video.
Pictures. Like photos of yourself.
Boy, oh boy. Do not put a photo of yourself on your resume. In some states, it's really not even, cool from a legal perspective, but mostly just don't do it because just don't. You're going to meet people in the interview process, whether that's a phone call or a video call or, face-to-face. All of that is fine. Don't put that on your resume. Just don't. And I would argue the same thing. We talked briefly about, extra details that are completely irrelevant. They're really relevant to you as a human, and I'm not saying they're irrelevant in that way. Let me just couch that. But may not be relevant for the position. So, for example, I really enjoy fly fishing, writing, reading, things like that. Those are great for dating profiles or whatever. Doesn't need to be on my resume. So, keep that in mind. We love that you garden, but it doesn't help you be a, better lineman. So don't put it on your resume.
I would agree.
Are we missing anything? I feel like those are kind of the
pictures
biggest,
are huge,
glaring ones. consulting my trusty notebook.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think those.
I think we're breaking them out in other questions. So if you don't see
videos.
something in this that you have a question on, check the other questions list with the other various videos that are on our page.
Yeah. Oh, and again, don't forget, we have a template.
We do.
So, you know, if you don't have to go to the darkness of the interwebs to get one, just go to iridiumrecruiting.com and find one from the drop down in the menu in the top right. So, yeah, check that out. Highly recommend. It will have one type of font and no pictures and no graphics, and it'll be great. So use it. That's what it's there for. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, thanks.